Are you having difficulty automating your data entry forms? By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to do it easily. The first thing you need to do is to open Microsoft Excel. I have this data that I will be using for my illustration. The next thing we will be doing is to head over to the quick access toolbar. This is the quick access toolbar, and on this quick access toolbar we have the Excel home, we have the autosave, we have the save as, undo, and then redo, and then we have this form that we will be adding shortly to the quick access toolbar. So you click on the drop down to customize quick access toolbar, and then you click on more commands. Over here, you then click on this drop down. So we have popular commands, and when you click on this drop down, we have popular commands, commands not in the ribbon, we have all commands, we have macros. So we are focusing on the commands that are not in the ribbon, and then you select it. After selecting commands not in the ribbon, you scroll down to look for form. You select form, then you click on add. So it will be displayed like this for you. And then you select OK, and then it will be added to your quick access toolbar for you. The next thing we will be doing is to transform this data into a table format. So you hold and then drag to the other sides. And then we select format as table. Then you go with the type of table that you want. So it says, where is the data for your table? So this is the data for my table, and you check my table has headers. If your table does not have headers, it will be difficult to convert it to a table. And you select OK. After converting our data into a table format, this is how it's looking. The next thing to do is to click anywhere inside a table and then select the form. Now we want to add more data to this particular form. So we select the form, and here in the form we have the name, we have the employee ID, we have the role, the gender, and then the age. And when you look on this side, we have new, delete, restore, find, preview, find, next, criteria, and close. And it's telling us that we have 18 names. So on this list we have 18 names, and then the followed by the employee ID and its corresponding characteristics. You can click on this arrow to scroll down, and then it would show you the other names. So as you scroll down, you see the other names. So this is one of the easier ways to edit names or anything at all in a very large data set. So I'll scroll back up and scroll back up again, and then we are going to start with this new feature. So let's click on new. Now I want to add a new name. I'll go ahead and say Barbara. Then you use your mouse. So when you press enter on your keyboard, it's going to add the data to the list as it's been displayed here. But then you can always use your mouse to scroll down to look for the data back again, and then input the rest of the information. So I'll say the role is data analyst, and the age, we can just add any age and say 30. So after you are done with all the information, then you click enter on your keyboard, and then it will be entered for you. This data will be entered for you. So this is the first way to input data when you are working with a large data set. Now, in case you want to delete a particular data, okay, let me scroll up. For instance, I want to delete this data that I have added to the list. So I'll just click on delete, and then it says displayed record will be permanently deleted. If you know that you want to permanently delete this, you click on OK, and then it's gone. You can also use this particular feature to, in case you don't want to be using your mouse to be scrolling up and scrolling down, you can use this to find previous list or contact or information, and you can use this to move forward. So this moves forward and this moves backward. All right. With the criteria is when you want to find a particular information based on the header row. So right now we have name, employee ID, role, gender, and then age. So when I click on this criteria, I want to find a particular name. For instance, I want to find James, or let's use Megan. So let's use Megan. I want to find Megan, and the employee ID is EMP014. So now I have the name Megan, and I have the employee ID to be MP4014. I know that Megan is a business analyst, and then we would add one more criteria to the gender. So let's specify the gender and say female. After hitting enter on your keyboard, we have the name. So it has given us the full name, Megan Collins, and then it's telling us that the person is a business analyst, and then the age is 36. We only specified the first name, the employee ID, and then their gender. All right. So you can use this particular type of, criteria to also quickly search for specific information in your data, especially when you're working with a large data set. It can be frustrating sometimes. So you can use this criteria option to easily search for information. All right. Like I said earlier, you can use this to add new data or new list to the table. And this can only be successful if you've converted your data into a table format. If you're using a MacBook, it will be difficult for you to locate this particular data entry form. But if you are using a Windows laptop, it's easier for you to use the data entry form. All right. So if you're on a MacBook and you don't see this data entry form, Microsoft is not MacBook friendly when it comes to Microsoft Excel. So you can use Windows to do this. After you are done with everything, you click on close, and then you have your form over here. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment and I would respond to them. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.